Another question that we have is discuss the relationship between legal rules and society. So man is a social animal. He loves to live in a society with other human beings. However, due to differences in interest, opinion, behavior, there may be disputes and conflicts amongst people. This is the reason why we need legal rules to be able to live peacefully in the society. Like last class, we saw different functions of law. Just because law is there, we are not doing certain types of things. We know how to regulate human behavior and so many other, right? So it's because of legal rules that we are able to live peacefully in a society. Legal rules are nothing but set of rules and regulations that members of the society need to abide by and will be liable to face consequences in case of breach. So if there is a law called Indian Contract Act, which says if you are entering into contract with someone, you need to abide by the promises. If you don't, you will face the consequences. In that case, we will be bound to abide by that, right? So that we can live peacefully. If I am violating the rules, I would be liable. If someone else is violating, I would have that peace at least that, okay, this person also would be liable. Legal rules are nothing but set of rules and regulations that we abide by, otherwise we will face the consequences for breach. Whatever legislation you look at, okay, you would always see it talks about consequences also. It would not simply say that don't commit murder because it is very bad, don't cause harm to another person because it is very bad. No, because people would not listen to this is very bad, right? What they would mention is they would mention the consequences. If this is very bad, you should not do it. If you do, this is the consequence. You would face this much of punishment, this would be the fine, this many years of imprisonment, right? Everything is clearly mentioned. Whatever law you take into consideration, it talks about consequences as well. So that is why it is very important. Now, what is the relation between legal rules and society? When we have, this is also sort of similar to the other question that we have seen, right? Functions of law. Because it performs a lot of functions, legal rules and society, they coexist, right? Both are very much needed. In a society, rules, regulations are very much needed. Why needed? Because we would be able to live peacefully in the society, right? Maintain order in the society. Correct. So if I am bound to pay income tax, it's not just that I am paying income tax, right? I would also know that others are also paying income tax who are in that same position. Maintenance of order in the society. Everyone is following the same rules and regulations, right? If you are paying property tax, others are also paying property tax who are in the same position. Protection of fundamental rights and statutory rights. If my rights are being violated, there would be consequences for breach. Like you said, murder, death penalty, life imprisonment, 10 years of imprisonment. So many provisions are there, right? There would be consequences. And I know that I would probably be able to enjoy my rights because otherwise this person is going to face the consequences. Maybe he would go to the jail or death penalty, right? Fine may be imposed. I would be happy in that case. That's how also these are related. Bring orderly change and social reform. We have already discussed these points, right? Deliver justice. It provides justice if something happens, right? Nirbhaya gang rape case of Delhi, if you remember. Once the incident happened, everyone started protesting. So it's with the help of legal rules only that justice was delivered, right? All the culprits were given death penalty except for the juvenile who was involved in it. So it, by way of legal rules, it provided or it delivered justice in that case. That is how, again, it is related to the society. Control political system, protection of minorities against majorities, because again, the society or the country is run by political system. It's very much important that they follow proper rules and regulations, right? If there are some members of parliament sitting in legislature, It should not happen that whatever legislation they want, they would simply introduce. There is a process that they need to follow, right? They need to take approval and everything. So they will follow that proper process. After that, only a law will be introduced. We can make changes in the constitution, right? All those things would happen in its proper order.
So it's similar to the functions of law, a little similar to the functions of law.
Similar only, just writing style is here and there a bit different. Otherwise, points are same only, right? This is how it is related, basically. Regulating trade, business, etc. So it's again our relation with the society. If I need to appear bar council exam to practice, same ways you would also need to appear for that, right? Exam also would be same, pattern, everything would be same. Regulating economic activities, whatever GST, other things I'm paying, you would also need to pay that. If I am taking some services, I'm paying the tax for that. If you are taking those same services, you would also be bound to do that. It regulates human relations. That's how also in the society, legal rules are very much needed. We follow those legal rules to ensure how our relationships in the society would work, right? If someone wants to adopt a child, he cannot simply go and be like, okay, come, from today, you would be my daughter or son. There is a proper process that needs to be followed, right? So that's also how we relate in the society. Resolving dispute, establishing standards, all these are again relevant here, right? That it is by way of legal rules. For every single thing, there is a rule. In fact, there is a legislation on birth and death registration act. If there is a delay, okay, like too much delay, I think some 3 months or 6 months, if there is too much of delay in applying for the birth or death registration certificate, there you need to take an approval from the court. Okay, I'll just show you birth and death. There is one section 13. Okay, if you look at section 13 of Birth and Death Registration Act, see it says if after expiry of 30 days from its occurrence shall be registered with payment of late fee. If you are late, okay, by after 1 month, if you are applying, you need to pay late fee to get the birth or death registered. If there is delay, okay, after the expiry of 30 days you are going, but within 1 year from its occurrence, then you need to take permission. You need to pay some fee and then you need to do it. If not has been after 1 year, if you are going, okay, then what happens, you cannot directly apply for it. Otherwise, for birth and death, there would be some state government offices where you need to go. But if there is a delay of beyond 1 year, you cannot directly go. You need to file an application to the court. You need to ask for court, that court would pass an order and ask this registrar that, okay, fine, there are valid reasons, registered this certain death or birth. Okay, so that means these are again, we have rules or laws for every single thing that you name it, right? So this is again how legal rules and society both are related, that we want to do everything in like a proper organized way. That's why you would see everywhere time and all these things would be properly mentioned. When you read the legislation, everything is clearly mentioned, so that it's the same rule that applies for all of us. Not like I am following something, for you rules would be different, for another one it would be different, right? So that is also how we need these rules to be there. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.